that never gives up on you. I don't know if you can tell, I was so fired up for my chance to come and hang with you here at Winter Jam tonight. This is my last song I'm singing for you, but before I go, I want to tell you something. Every song I played for y'all tonight was inspired by somebody's true story. A few years ago, I started inviting people the opportunity to tell me their story. I've collected over 40,000 stories from all around the country. And every song I sang for you was inspired by somebody who wrote to me and they shared how God somehow stepped into their broken, messed up story and said, I'm not done with you yet. And it reminds all of us tonight that God can do the same in our stories. Step into our brokenness and somehow turn our stories into a comeback story, a redemption story, and the best is yet to come. And y'all, I keep some of those stories on stage with me every night, and they remind me what I'm doing here. And they remind me of this phenomenon that tonight's not a concert, tonight's a miracle. One moment in time where all of our stories have collided in this arena. And I believe you're here tonight so that you can hear this message that we've all been sharing to you, from all the artists to Tony and myself. We don't want you to leave this arena tonight without deciding once and for all that grace is gonna win in your life, and that you're gonna give your life to Christ and let Him be the author of your story. But you might be here and you heard what we've all sung tonight, you heard what we said, and you're thinking to yourself, Matthew, you don't know my story, it's too messed up. God couldn't love me, He couldn't still use me. And that's why before I go, I want to put a face to this song, Grace Wins. I came from a young man who was at a concert just like this, thinking thoughts just like that. He was messed up in addiction, he thought God was done with him. But God wasn't done with him. And you need to meet him, his name is Rob.
Hey, what's up, Winter Jam? My name's Rob. I wish I could be there with you tonight, but I want to tell you my Grace Win story. Not long ago, I was at a Matthew West concert, just like you guys are tonight, and I heard the song, Hello, My Name Is, which is inspired by Jordan's story. His story of drug addiction was similar to mine. For a long time, I myself struggled with heroin addiction and alcohol addiction and cigarettes, and my life was full of sin. But I just was so ashamed with everything, couldn't bring myself to think that God still loved me. And God used that song to touch my heart and reach out to me. I wrote my story to Matthew, and his ministry reached back out to me and helped me get into a Christian recovery program called Teen Challenge. I graduated from Teen Challenge and God changed my life. Now here I am a year later, clean and sober. Winter Jam, I want my story to remind you, it doesn't matter what you've done, doesn't matter where you've been, God's not done with you yet. If you'll say yes to His grace, you'll be living proof. Grace wins every time.